I love this place. I mean, one of my favorite things, which sounds corny and cheesy, is how easy it is to get around with public transportation. Just because with the tram system, that's so easy.
Ne bi vjerovali, ali ovo su riječi studentice koja je iz američke savezne države Connecticuta došla studirati u Zagreb. Njena kolegica Olivia stigla je iz Los Angelesa.
But here it was a totally different kind of infrastructure which I really grew to admire and love. Just even the public transport was amazing, and the walkable city was awesome, and it just seemed like the quality of life here is just so much better than what I'm used to, like an observation of life in LA. Here just seems so much more chill and so much more my pace, and I really loved that.
Dobrodošli u Europski centar za studije rata i mira.
U zgradi u Bosanskoj smješten je Europski centar za studije rata i mira, partnerska institucija nekoliko američkih fakulteta. Studij je pokrenula hrvatsko-američka kombinacija Petra i James Taylor. Za sve je kriva ljubavna priča koja je započela prije 20 godina. Petra je doktorirala na Harvardu, a James u susjedstvu, na sveučilištu Boston.
I started visiting Croatia as I was getting to know Petra in 2001, and I fell in love with the area almost immediately. And as I was moving through graduate school, and as we were both moving through our studies, we started thinking more and more about how it'd be great to bring students here to study, to get to know the culture, to be involved in a place very different than their own.
Posebno ga je zaintrigirala povijest Balkana koja je ispunjena ratovima. Kako i sam kaže, Balkan osjeća traumu i u ovom postratnom vremenu. Upravo je to bilo ono što je htio početi istraživati i približavati mlađim generacijama.
So we developed a program centered around those issues, and we decided to cover it at many different levels. Geopolitical, interpersonal, as Petra mentioned, personal, spiritual, ethical, to see the full orb, the full prism of the task of violence, the challenge of violence and peacemaking, rather than to see it as a kind of facile issue.
EXUP is an educational organization that puts on programs of higher learning in collaboration with American and Croatian universities. Our programs are focused on issues of peace and conflict on all levels of human existence. This includes interpersonal relationships, relationship to oneself, societal dynamics, geopolitical relationships and dynamics, historical, cultural, and other aspects of human existence.
Zgrada u Bosanskoj ulici njihov je dom i učionica, ali puno toga odvija se i na terenu. Kako studenti ne bi sagledali samo hrvatsku stranu priče, dio terenske nastave odvija se u Beogradu i Sarajevu, koji na studente uvijek ostave dubok dojam.
Sarajevo it's hard to describe just because it was such an amazing experience that I learned from in so many ways. Especially the day that we went kind of on a religion tour. I don't know what else to call it, but we went to a bunch of different religious sites and listened to and learned from like how they practiced in each religion. I learned in Sarajevo that Christianity, Islam, and like Judaism, like all of them kind of are collective in the way that they allow each other to practice even in each other's like churches and religious sites. That is something I had never seen in the States, and I think that was so beautiful and really profound and really taught me that at the end of the day, just that human relationship is just so important, and there are so many different ways to do that.
Otok Vis još je jedno mjesto na kojem uče 3 tjedna krajem ljetnog i na početku zimskog semestra.
This is an exceptionally beautiful and also geopolitically important island in the middle of the Adriatic Sea. On Vis, the faculty from collaborating universities in the United States come and spend intensive 3 weeks working closely with students on their majors and their interests.
Još jedna posebnost ovog studija je organizacija nastave koja traje od ponedjeljka do četvrtka te nema klasičnih ispita. Sva naučena znanja utvrđuju se kroz razgovor i pisanje eseja.
The class here, class starts at 10 o'clock typically, and it lasts for 3 hours. Okay, so they come at 10, they're done with class at 1. In the middle, we take about a half-hour break, and we have coffee and snacks and so on. And we continue the conversations we're having in class. And then after class at 1 o'clock, we have our community lunch together. Usually out here on the terrace, we'll have our community lunch. That will wrap up around 2 o'clock or so.
Upravo zbog takve organizacije nastave, studentima je produženi vikend rezerviran za istraživanje Zagreba i Hrvatske. Ili pak stažiranje u nekoj od udruga ili institucija s kojom studij ima sklopljenu suradnju.
I work at Booksa. I'm technically doing a volunteer position. It's kind of an internship for me, and I basically help facilitate the events for Booksa in the park. Pretty much every night of the week there is an event in front of Booksa or in Booksa, and it's all centric on literature, whether it's an interview with an author or a book reading or a discussion.
Studij većinom pohađaju američki studenti. Odnedavno i studenti Verna ovdje mogu uzeti izborni kolegij. A nakon početka rata u Ukrajini priliku su dobili Ukrajinci. Inače, ekonomistica Alina je ovdje dobila priliku učiti o filozofiji i povijesti, o ljubavi za koju kaže da je tek sad otkrila.
Changes in my life started after a call from my teacher from my university. His first questions were, am I ready to leave everything and to start my life in Croatia, and will I able to study lections on English? I saw in his words the hope of resuming of my life, but with a new chapter.
Iako je po struci ekonomistica, Alini je rat Hrvatska, ali i ovaj studij promijenio pogled na svijet, pa tako i na buduću karijeru.
So I decided to connect my life with teaching, even like not a teacher, but like a coach. But like I want to connect my life with teaching, career. I want to be like a teacher, like a life coach, something like that, and to give people love and feelings of safety, feelings that they can do something like I did, because I'm here. I got a lot of experience. They can do the same thing, and to find their goal of life.
I Julija jedva čeka da se nakon diplome vrati u Hrvatsku. Za sve je, kako nam kaže, zaslužna naša opuštena kultura življenja.
The coffee shop culture is great. I don't drink coffee in America, but I found that I do drink a lot of coffee here. And we learned about this a little bit, but I really love the collectivist society that Croatia has, where you're all kind of understanding that you're part of one larger community instead of being individuals first, you're part of a community first.
Europski centar za studije rata i mira već je krenuo u novi semestar s novom generacijom studenata. Trenutno se nalaze na Visu, a kad se vrate svakako se vidimo na kavi.